Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you two things that you should avoid while filing your returns as a consultant, as a freelancer, or as a business owner if you own a limited company with an independent PIN. Stay tuned.
The game's about to change. A seasoned freelancer bringing something strange.
If you are new on this channel, like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also take time to visit my website oncheption.com to learn more. Now let's get right into today's video. So the first mistake that many people make when filing their income tax as a self-employed person, as a consultant, or as a business person is indicating that they had an expense on salaries and wages. If you're a small entrepreneur who is self-employed, or you're a consultant who employs people as freelancers or who engages other consultants to work with them, I don't recommend that you indicate that you spend money on salaries and wages unless you are aware of the consequences of the same. When you're a consultant like myself who employs people on a freelance basis when they have work, and you pay them per day or per diem commission, it's advisable to indicate this expense as something different from salaries and wages, because if you indicate that you spend money on salaries and wages, it means that you've employed people in your company, and your company or you yourself need to remit pay as you earn on a monthly basis to the Kenya Revenue Authority. And if you don't have that obligation in your PIN, the pay as you earn obligation on your account, you will be liable to explain why or how you spend money on salaries and wages, yet you don't have employees in your company. So make sure that you be very careful when you're filing your returns, so that when you indicate that you spend money on salaries and wages in your company, or as a consultant or a freelancer or someone who is self-employed, by the time the people that carry audits your accounts, they'll not see that you indicated salaries and wages, yet you don't have that obligation in your PIN. The second mistake that I think you should avoid as a freelancer, consultant, or a business person when filing your annual income tax is the type of business that you're operating. Understand the kind of taxes that business qualifies for. For example, if you're doing a consultancy job for a client, the client is required to withhold 5% of the total amount of money that you charge them as for the income tax. That money will go to your annual income tax. They withhold 5%, and at the end of the year, if you made profits, you will pay the rest 20%. And if the service also that you're providing to the client is vetable, make sure that in your quotation you indicate that you have charged VAT to the client, because some clients will assume that the amount that you've charged them in the invoice is inclusive VAT, and in many occasions they will withhold 2% of VAT on that amount of money that you've charged in the invoice. This means that when they file the return on that month, you will be required to pay 14% VAT to Kenya Revenue Authority out of that payment that you received from the client. And if you don't pay, you will be penalized. If this happens and you don't have VAT obligation in your PIN, after some time, if you don't act on the withholding tax, which is actually sent on your email, KRA will send you an email to ask you to pay the 14%, even if you don't have the VAT obligation. This means that you'll need to apply for VAT obligation, and if you don't act quickly, you'll have a cumulative 10,000 Kenya shillings penalty every month. And that is it. I hope you found this information helpful to you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also take time to visit my website on cheptiony.com to learn more. Up until next time, bye bye and take care. My name is Cheptiony Mutai.
Chep Shoni Mutai, a legend in the making. Chep